hate you, scan! Me. Anyway. Alright, here's the deal. I was supposed to work today. I did work. But the precipitation, you know, the moisture is falling from the heavens, aka rain. So I couldn't mow. I mowed like 2 properties when I came home because I gotta swing works. Anyway, but while I'm here, I thought I would do another video because that's me. Anyway, now as far as my job, now there are parts of it, I'll just say it and get over with, because of privacy agreements and confidentiality agreements, I can't talk about parts of it because it deals with the special needs. However, I can talk about, like, the other parts of my job. Like, I mow grass. Like, I do landscaping and stuff. There's like 30 properties I think we have to take care of. And trust me, they're not small properties. Some of them are big acreages of green lawn. And yes, Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania, I might add, especially Blair County. That's where I live. We have crabgrass. We have dandelions. We have weeds. Lots of weeds. And I'm convinced they do not need water to grow. Those suckers need... Do you realize that, like a weed, like a dandelion, if you feed them to grow, or any... Well, I'm not talking normal vegetable plants. I'm talking like your weeds in general, just a weed. Well, anyway, for sake of argument, if you feed a weed no water, like, don't give it anything, it's gonna grow regardless. Like, it's like it robs the grass around it. I've noticed that. I cut a lot of grass. Okay. Well, let me speed this up here for a minute. Very quickly put, if a weed's not cut down, if I let it grow, they actually will grow a trunk, and they will get like high, like there's a couple of them I've seen. They're my height, and they're weeds, and I'm not talking about like the hollow reeds ones or like just down. I'm talking like there's like these weird there's some plant, it grows around here. It's a weed, I believe. It looks like it's gonna be a daylily, but it never goes that way. And it actually, for whatever reason, looks like it looks like the offspring of a cactus getting with a dandelion. And those things, you gotta wear gloves to pull them out. But anyway, that's the fun, exciting life I live because I work at desert. But as far as that, there are several places that I've gone that each property is a little bit different. Not just by location, but there's different, you know, the terrain's different, whatnot. I ride it, I will push it, I weed whack, I trim, I hack stuff back, I do all kinds. I'm always outside. Anyway, at least for my 4 day like today, it rains 3 hours. But anyway, so I'm doing all this run around, you know, and there's a place, I won't say the address or anything about it, but I'll say they had fishing lights, Christmas lights, like in the net lights that go to your bushes, like outside on hedges. It was there for like 2 years. No one told me that there was net lighting on this bush. I think it was a rhododendron too, a small one at that. For whatever reason, no one told me. I'm weed whacking, you know, it's a gas-powered one, you know. And my little spinner caught the edge of that thing, and it ripped me. Of course, I didn't let go. It ripped me almost into the road. I became personally. You want to see up close and personal? I am now intimately familiar with that rhododendron. I had to it like threw me into it. I was like, mother! So anyway, I had to stop the spinner. I had to shut the thing off, and I'm like, come on, these are like wires. I'm like, waiting to get electrocuted. Unwrap, and it's not easy. This sucker just taut, and I'm like, gripping around, and it's like, really? No one felt need to tell me about this. So that was one little thing I had to deal with. And I usually find all sorts. There's certain properties that are all over the city, and people think it's like a trash dump-off area, and I find all kinds of fun little things there. I mean, I have found, we'll call them trophy condoms. I found those. I have found a birth control test. I have found litter in general. I have come across clothing. I have found I mean, I think if you name it, I found it. I even found furniture. And I like busted up stuff. And there's stuff I know that just blows in with the wind and what, if it's a bad storm, I get that. But yeah, there's all this kind of stuff I run. This is just cutting grass. And I gotta go and trim things back and move things and do this and do that, you know, and I pull weeds and, you know, just, it's interesting. It's always interesting with me. But that's just in the grass cutting, and there's a couple little stories there, but for the most part, that's what I do. That's like that much of what I do, because I do all sorts of weird things around it. But that's the gist of it. I go out and, what else do I do with it? I mean, I gotta move stuff around and deal with that, but I actually have a little assistant right now helping me off and on throughout the day. She's really good about it. She's really a card. I like talking to her. Her and I can sit there and jump back and forth, and she's a good worker. I have no problem with her work ethic. She's really cool about that. But she's kind of like a big sister to me in a way. It's kind of cool. So if you get a chance to see this, you know who you are. Thumbs up on your work. I like it. Anyway, so beside that, we're at 6 minutes. I'll push for 7. What the heck? So aside that, the rain is falling, and along with the grass cutting part of it. Now, mind you, I don't just, when I come home, I don't just sit here and do these things. I do all this stuff. But I will get onto my other little stories. I'm going to start building up some stuff, because I got to get the current stuff caught up, and then we can do, like, the back history. So that might take a couple days, but I'm going to work on it. I'm going to try to, you know, eventually we will get to the point where I can honestly tell you, I think I cut myself with my weed whacker. But anyway, I'll eventually get to the point where you'll hear these stories, and some of you, I'm going to be juggling your jollies, because they're interesting stories. But that will be on the next video. But in the meantime, keep rocking!